Hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of our entitled parents. In today's episode, my mother wants me to just suck it up and spend time with her and my older brother who molested me because it's Mother's Day. Guy cyberstalks my girlfriend. Her EM is begging her to marry him. Entitled Disney adult demands that I change clothes in the middle of a crowded restaurant. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. My mother wants me to just suck it up and spend time with her and my older brother who molested me because it's Mother's Day. My parents live in another state from me and my older brother. I visited them a few days ago because it was my mother's birthday today. I am currently still with them. The plan was for me to stay for a little over a week until after Mother's Day. Before coming, I made sure my older brother, who I am not comfortable with, wasn't coming. He molested me as a kid, and I just started realizing how much damage he had caused me after starting therapy. I told my mother about why I wanted to cut him off a few months ago, but she didn't think it was a big deal. I have managed to not see or talk to him for nearly 4 months, which is the longest I've ever gone. It has been wonderful. My mom told me that he wasn't coming on her birthday or Mother's Day, but I found out she lied after I arrived here. Apparently, my dad and her were talking to my older brother about coming on Mother's Day without me being aware of it. I found out through my other sibling. Today I told her I really don't feel comfortable around my older brother after what he did to me as a kid, and I don't want to see him. After I brought up how I found out he's actually coming, she started to say how important Mother's Day is for her and how I should suck it up because she would suck it up and put a smile on her face around relatives she didn't like if it made her mother happy. The thing is, I really did want to spend Mother's Day with her because I know that this day is important to her. But being around my older brother just seems incredibly triggering and I don't know what to do. Well, your mom sounds awful. Just keep referring to him as the molester. When's the molester due to get here? What did the molester get for you for Mother's Day? Where's the kitty fiddler now? I hope he's not hanging out with the neighbor's kids. Hey Dad, did you get to have a nice chat with the incest molest dude while he was visiting? You can't be asked to associate with this dude. You need to think about walking away from this toxicity. It's utterly insane to me. I had the same problem with family gatherings. You know how I fixed it? I made everyone uncomfortable. Everyone that told me to suck it up or deal with it got a rundown of exactly what my abuser did to me. Not exactly, but enough to make them uncomfortable. No one told me to deal with it again. That solution definitely isn't for everyone, but it sure did the trick for me. Damn, you need to be really strong for this one. Telling anyone publicly what someone they know did to you must be incredibly hard, because in most cases, they won't believe you, TBH. Don't go. Stick to your stated boundaries. There is no reason for you to be near your abuser ever again. Not even the court of law would force you to. Spend a different day with her and call it our Mother's Day, and make that day special for the two of you. Just because previous generations swept abuse under the rug for the sake of appearances does not mean you have to. Guy cyberstalks my girlfriend. Her EM is begging her to marry him. I don't even know what to do anymore. Okay, so, around Christmas, my girlfriend got into a heated argument with her mother, who wanted to see her for the holiday but wouldn't help her buy a plane ticket to come to Asia to see her family. So she, EM, came here to America to try and force her to come back to South Korea with her, which thankfully she failed at and got herself escorted back to the airport by the police. After that, I was pretty sure that GF wanted absolutely nothing to do with her mother. After all this had gone down, we both had a feeling EM was up to something, and it had to do with GF coming back home to their family. Just the other day, GF got a text message. It was in Korean. Note, this is all from her POV, so it might not be perfect, but it sounds really creepy. This guy, let's call him Richard, you know why. got her number and texted her. He claimed that he got her number from her mom, and he lived in Incheon, which is just a bit a ways from her hometown. EM had told his parents all about her, and he was immediately interested in her. Conversation didn't last long, obviously. GF blocked his number. Then came another text, a new number. Hey girl. GF, who's this? Richard again. Why'd you block me? Blocked again. Then another text came in. Hey girl. GF. Oh my god. Is this Richard again? Yeah, I just want to talk. GF. Look, Richard, I don't know why my mom gave you my number, but she obviously didn't tell you that I have a boyfriend. Did she even tell you I don't live there anymore? Oh, I can get you back here. All I gotta do is talk to my dad. GF. No, don't bother. I'm not coming back. Blocked again. So naturally, she started getting a bit creeped out, but she really didn't want to talk to her mom about it. I wouldn't either. And she and I really didn't have any idea what to do. I mean, neither of us know this guy, and even if we did, he's 6,000 miles away. So what exactly could we do about it other than her keeping on blocking his texts? That was when I got a text. See, when she had her little tiff with her mom back at Christmas, I sent her mom a lengthy text about how I felt. Naturally, after meeting me, she must have realized she doesn't like me very much, and I'm guessing she never lost my number, even though I've blocked hers. So I started getting these texts from a different number and in a different language, but I could tell it was Korean. So I pasted it in a translator and used the same one to text her back. It went something like this. Again, pretty fuzzy. It happened really fast. EM. My daughter is being very selfish and it's all your fault. Me. Is this EM? EM. Yes. Me. Leave me and her alone and tell that Richard guy to leave her alone too. EM. You do not tell me how to treat my child. Me. Your child is a grown woman, ma'am, and she doesn't want to come back to South Korea with you. If you were a real parent, you'd respect her wishes. EM. Look, I just want to have a better relationship with my daughter, and you're the only thing keeping her away from me. Starting to lose my shit. EM. I would happily pay for her plane ticket, passport, everything she needs to come back to me. Suddenly you can? EM. What do you say? Me. Are you serious right now? EM. Of course. Neither of you can pay for it, obviously, and I want my daughter back home right now. Me. He'll have to pay for 2 tickets and passports then. EM. What? Why 2? Me. If she's going, I'm going with her. EM. Oh, you don't have to go. I'm sure your family would miss you dearly. Me. Oh, that's right. I'd miss them dearly too. Make that about 14 tickets and passports, then. I can't afford that much. Me. Well, it's the only way you're going to get to see her, unless you come back here to America and get yourself arrested again. EM. Why are you being so difficult? She's my daughter. Me. Exactly. Blocked. Happily. Another number pops up. You will not keep my own daughter away from me. Blocked again. Another one pops up, and GF recognized it. The very last number Richard used. Hey man, leave my girl alone. What? Blocked again. No other numbers yet, but I'm sure there will be more. I will update further if I get any more. I just don't know what to do about it. They're basically being trolls, and they're both grown adults. Thankfully, GF is having quite a laugh out of how desperate they both are. Her mother isn't just entitled, she's downright insane, and she's giving out someone's personal data. I hope you guys are able to figure something out. And it's costing them money to text you. If you play it smart and they aren't using internet-only texting app like KKT or Line. She is more likely pretending to be Richard, which is more insane. You and your GF should change your numbers. That's the only way Em and Richard are able to keep harassing you both. I was gonna make the same suggestion. If they ever come back to where you live, get police involved ASAP. Get more restraining orders, save screenshots of all messages, record calls if they happen, take them to court for repeated harassment, stalking, threats, and attempted kidnapping, as well as violating the restraining order. Do anything you can to keep you, your girlfriend, and your family safe. Absolutely this. Go to the police right now. Although you may not think of it like this yet, her mother's already tried to kidnap her, and the guy has already threatened to kidnap her as well. I get the impression from all of these posts that this woman, right from the start, does not want an improved relationship with her daughter. She has some serious ulterior motives. My impression is that the only reason she has been so adamant at getting her daughter back to Korea is that she made a deal with the family of this other man for an arranged marriage for her own financial benefit. It's a trap. The moment her daughter would set foot off the plane in Korea, she'd be forced to marry this guy and not be allowed to leave. Do not have anything to do with her. Entitled Disney adult demands that I change clothes in the middle of a crowded restaurant. To preface, this situation came up a few years back, but still lives rent-free in my mind from how absurd it was. I was on a family vacation at Disney World a few years back. I, 19 at the time, was staying on property at a resort, but on our first night, we had dining reservations at a different hotel that was a fair distance away. It was a casual buffet-style restaurant, so there was no dress code or reason to be fancy. So I wore a pair of shorts and a graphic tee of a unicorn that said, "Everything sucks," in a glittery cursive font. About halfway into dinner when I got up to get seconds, a woman, probably in her 40s, stepped up to physically block me and immediately started shouting in my face about my obscene clothing. I just stood there, completely baffled, while she went on and on about her young children who were calmly eating on the other side of the room, being distressed by my disgusting and inappropriate shirt, and then demanded I take it off. In the middle of the restaurant. When I told her I don't exactly carry replacement clothes with me, she demanded that I go to the gift shop and buy a new, family-friendly shirt, specifically one with Disney princesses or Minnie on it, because that's what her children would like to see. At that point, I didn't want to deal with her anymore and said that I'm not here to appeal to kids I don't even know. The waitress would have stopped me at check-in if there was a problem with my clothing, and I just wanted to eat my dinner and leave. I walked away to get the rest of my meal and left her screaming at me for a few minutes before she eventually gave up. Hope those kids turned out okay. Spoiler: they absolutely didn't turn out okay. There's a small chance they turned out okay. But if they did, it's guaranteed that they never, ever call her. I would have taken my shirt off and not bought another one. But then you'd be kicked out. So, even better, very loudly say you will not be stripping for her. The smart kids figure out early that they have a wacko for a parent. They start a mental list of things the parent does that they will never do. Here's to hoping the kids are smart. Next time, smile sweetly and say, "I don't have a replacement, but I'm an XL if you would like to get me something that would please your children." If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you in the next video.